Indian or Hindu mythology encompasses all of the myths and religions of ancient and modern India that have been used as moral allegory to convey spiritual truths. There are as many myths originating from Hinduism as there are people, so describing them all is impossible. Hinduism evolved over millennia and incorporates ideas and stories from various eras and cultures. The earliest stories and deities come from the many tribal communities that settled the subcontinent. The majority of these were passed down orally, but carved inscriptions have been discovered in the ruins of the Indus Valley civilization, Bhimbetka in central India, and Kupgal in southern India. Hinduism's written history began to flourish after the Aryans arrived in what is now Pakistan and northwest India, as the ancient Greeks, Romans, Celts, and Norse shared a common ancestral mythology with the Aryans. There are strong parallels between the Vedic gods and the gods of classical Greek, Celtic, Norse, and Slavic mythology. The Devas, or Vedic gods, were mostly nature deities who lived in the heavens and constantly fought the Asuras to keep them from attaining dominance or immortality. They are generally regarded as subservient to the Hindu Trinity, which consists of Brahma the Creator, Vishnu the Preserver, and Shiva the Destroyer. Join me as we learn about these ancient powerful beings in this new chapter titled Indian Mythology. Lord Yama is the Hindu god of death and resides in Kalachi, which is located in the depths of the Patala Loka, or the underworld. Despite Yama's villainous role in Hindu mythology, the Vedas describe Yama as the first man to die, and the king of the dead. He was portrayed as a joyful ruler of the dead rather than a sin punisher, but in later legend, he took the name Dharma, the righteous judge, in reference to his unwavering dedication to maintaining order and adherence to harmony, who balances the good and bad deeds of the dead and decides on punishment. Although Yama is dreaded by all living things, he is essential to the world's balance and renewal, due to the never-ending cycle of birth and death. He is described as having green or black skin, crimson robes, and a sparkling crown on his head. He rides a buffalo and carries a noose and a mace in his hands. His penetrating coppery eyes see everything, and he takes a special interest in bringing the souls of the deceased to face their fate. The crow and the pigeon serve as his messengers, while his two four-eyed canines protect the entrance to his realm. In addition, Yama has made its way into Buddhist mythology in Tibet, China, and Japan, where he plays a similar, but less significant function as the protector of the underworld. Lord Brahma is the Hindu god of creation and the original creator of the universe. In the beginning, Brahma arose from the cosmic golden egg, and he then created good and evil, light and dark, from his own person. He first created four kinds of life, which included gods, demons, ancestors, and men, the first of which was Manu. Brahma then created all other living things on earth. During the creation process, the demons were born from Lord Brahma's thigh, possibly in a moment of distraction, and he abandoned his own body, resulting in the creation of the night. Brahma abandoned his body again after creating the good gods, at which point the daylight was created. As a result, demons rule at night and the gods, the forces of goodness, rule during the day. Brahma then created ancestors and men, abandoning his body each time, so that they became dusk and dawn. After completing his creation, he appointed the god Shiva to rule over humanity. Following the act of creation, Sarasvati, Brahma's most important wife, bestowed upon him the four Vedas, Hinduism's sacred texts, as well as all human knowledge, music, concepts such as memory and victory, various forms of yoga, religious practices, speech, the Sanskrit language, and various measures of time and space. Brahma's notable offspring include the seven sages, the gods Kardama, Pankasika, Vodhu, and Narada, who acted as an intermediary between the gods and humans. Brahma is frequently depicted in red with four heads, to represent his creation of the four Vedas. He originally had 5 heads, but when he lusted after his daughter Sanja, Lord Shiva was enraged and severed the head that yearned for the goddess. Brahma is also depicted as having 4 arms, in which he carries a lotus flower, a rosary formed of Rudraksha seeds, a water container for purification, and occasionally his bow Pirivata, or the Vedas. Additionally, he may also be depicted riding a white swan, or perched atop the sacred lotus bloom that emerged from Lord Vishnu's navel. Lord Shiva is the Hindu triad's third god, and the god of destruction. Lord Shiva frequently destroys negative presences such as evil, ignorance, and death, so the term destruction, as it relates to Shiva's cosmic duties, can be misleading. Furthermore, Lord Shiva's destruction allows for positive recreation. As a result, Shiva serves as a complement to Brahma, the god of creation. Shiva guards souls until they are ready for recreation at Brahma's hands. Lord Shiva is one of Hinduism's most feared and revered deities due to his associations with destruction. However, in Hinduism, creation comes after destruction. As a result, Shiva is regarded as a reproductive power that restores what has been dissolved. Some people refer to him as Shiva the Beneficent. Others refer to him as the Destroyer. Some regard him as Shiva the Ascetic, wandering the world. For others, he is the Great Lord, the King of all creation, but it is as Lord of the Dance that all of his facets coalesce into one horrifyingly significant form. There is no clearer symbol of what a god is and does in the human world. Everything created, every generation of life, all the wondrous forms that populate our world, all flow from his dancing loins. Shiva's nature is said to exist in many forms and to transcend, and include all the polarities of the living world. His most common appearance is that of a dark-skinned ascetic with a blue throat. Shiva's hair is matted and coiled on his head, adorned with a snake and a crescent moon, and he is usually seated cross-legged on tiger skin. He has 3 eyes and 4 arms. The third eye, located in the center of his forehead, is always closed and only opens to destroy an evildoer. A skull garland, Rudraksha beads, or a snake hang from his neck, and also adorns itself with snake armlets and bracelets. The serpent race, reviled and feared by all other creatures, was given a place of honor on Shiva's sacred person, simply because he was moved by their plight. Shiva holds his trishul, the pinaka, in one hand, with a damaru, or wasted drum tied to it, and a conch shell or rudraksha rosary in the other. One hand is usually empty and raised in a blessing and protection gesture, while the last points to his feet, where the devotee is assured of salvation. The Shiva Purana describes Shiva as having 5 faces that correlate to his 5 Panchakriya tasks, which were creation, establishment, destruction, oblivion, and grace. Lord Vishnu, the Preserver, is a member of the Trinity, along with Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, the creator and destroyer of the universe, respectively. Lord Vishnu is thought to be an eternal and universal spirit associated with the primordial waters that existed prior to the creation of the universe. Lord Vishnu's restoring, shielding, and conserving powers have been manifested in the world through a series of 10 mortal incarnations, known as avatars. The avatars appear to balance the effects of good and evil on the planet. 9 avatars are thought to have already descended, 3 in non-human form, 1 in hybrid form, and 5 in human form. It is believed that whenever evil triumphs over good, Lord Vishnu descends to earth in some mortal form to save righteousness. According to the Puranas, Lord Vishnu is not permitted to intervene directly in situations. Therefore, he assumes different avatars and acts in ways that restore the proper balance of good and evil. He is the ultimate omnipresent reality, according to numerous Puranas. Nonetheless, he is depicted as a 4-armed male form, implying his all-powerful and all-encompassing nature. The color of his skin is new cloud-like blue, indicating his all-encompassing nature, with blue being the color of the infinite sky as well as the infinite ocean, on which he resides. He bears the sage Bhrigu's feet mark and the Srivatsa mark on his chest, which represents his consort Lakshmi. His head is adorned with a crown, symbolizing his supreme authority, and he rests on Ananta, the immortal and infinite snake. Lord Vishnu's role as the preserver of the universe is still prominent to this day. Lord Indra, the Hindu god of rain, thunder, and war, is revered as the supreme leader of the Devas and the greatest of all warriors. Indra is regarded as the strongest of all beings, controlling the weather, rain, thunder, and lightning, and defending the good against all evils. Indra was the only Hindu god to be born of human parents. Despite his human origins, Indra possesses transcendent qualities, such as the ability to take on an infinite number of physical forms. Nonetheless, artistic representations of the god have commonly depicted him as a muscular man, golden or reddish in color, with 4 extremely long arms that are said to span the entire sky. Indra is typically depicted riding in a gleaming golden carriage drawn by 2 brown horses with flowing manes. When he's not riding on his chariot, he's riding the divine elephant Airavata, who has 4 tusks and resembles a mountain. He possesses a celestial weapon known as Vajra, which was forged from the bones of a sage named Dadhija, as well as the world's hardest diamonds. The Vajra, like Zeus' thunderbolt, could create massive storms and enough voltage to obliterate ancient demons. One of his most notable accomplishments is the slaying of the demon Vritra. According to legend, Vritra took the form of a dragon and caused a terrible drought in the land by swallowing all of the world's water. In addition, he directed his demon servants to kidnap the sacred clouds, in order to prevent rain from falling from the sky ever again. The people prayed for assistance, and the gods responded. Indra, the most ferocious of the Devas, descended from heaven with the Maruts, the spirits of thunder and tempest, to battle Vritra and his demons. However, the drought demon was impervious to any attack, and it appeared as if Vritra would never return the water he had stolen. Indra was able to split open Vritra's stomach with this thunderbolt Vajra, and the water of life poured from Vritra's open wound, restoring the land to its lush state. Vritra's demons were defeated in the same way, and Indra rescued the divine clouds. With the Vajra in his hands, Indra was able to restore order to the universe. Lord Krishna, one of the most popular Hindu divinities, is considered the supreme deity and is worshipped in a variety of ways across many Hindu traditions. Lord Krishna, the 8th avatar of Lord Vishnu, is regarded as the cosmic form of Lord Vishnu himself, and played an important role as the charioteer and Arjuna's guide during the Kurukshetra war. He is regarded as the progenitor of the Bhagavad Gita, which is still relevant today because it elucidates the application of Vedanta to everyday life. The Lord manifested in human form to restore cosmic order, destroy evil forces, and re-establish Dharma. Each of Lord Vishnu's incarnations on earth had a distinct purpose and task to complete. Lord Krishna's task on earth was to assassinate King Kansa, and liberate the people of Braj from his torment and tyranny. Krishna's idols typically depict him with blue or black skin, with a silk gold and yellow dhoti, and a peacock feather crown. In most depictions, he is shown as a young boy or a young man in a characteristically relaxed pose, playing a flute. In this form, he usually stands in the Tribhanga posture, one leg bent in front of the other, with a flute raised to his lips, accompanied by cows, emphasizing his position as the divine herdsman. He is frequently depicted in temples as a man standing upright in a formal pose. He may be alone, or he may be accompanied by figures such as his brother Balarama and sister Subhadra, or his main queens Rukmini and Satyabhama. Krishna appears in Hindu philosophical texts from a variety of perspectives, and his exploits are celebrated as a prankster, a model lover, a divine hero, and the supreme power.